Hello folks, this is Kyle Ott of Draftradio, just doing another M15 draft. The last one we had crashed, which made me incredibly sad. Though there's Perilous Vaults. Is Perilous Vault awesome? I don't know. Seems like it's awesome. Slow, but awesome. I mean, this is effectively a 2-turn commitment. Maybe I just want Lightning Strike. I probably just want Lightning Strike, right? Perilous Vault seems good, but Lightning Strike seems better. Yep, that's what we're going to take. We're going to take the Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike it is. Well, there's some fine stuff in the pack, too. Paragon of Open Graves is a card I like quite a bit. There's also a Gravedigger and a Cursed Spirit. Shaman of Springs is fine. A Generator Servant, a Borderland Marauder. I think it's probably better for us to just grab the Marauder. Although Paragon's a first pick quality card, but I want to try and stick to one color for as long as possible. Although I guess with Generator Servant's better for getting our bigger cards out, so we'll take Generator. I don't know if we're going to be a little more control-y or not. That was like a terribly huge sigh. But it happens this way that just there's nothing but solid black, and there's a Wall of Frost too. And the Wall of Frost is certainly great, but it doesn't really do much. Whereas Covenant of Blood, Child of Night, Typhoid Rats, that all does stuff. There's a Gargoyle Sentinel too. I guess I could take Sentinel and try and stay out of a color for as long as possible. I think that's okay. Alright, well, there's an Ulcerate, so we tried. Netcaster Spider is fine as well. The Carrion Crow is very good, but Ulcerate's what we'll be taking. Removal is removal, so especially in draft, even with the 3-life caveat. Ooh, that's a really late Silverback, though. Part of me wants to take Typhoid Rats, but that's a Silverback. Alright, we'll take the Silverback. I don't like shifting in that much when we've seen clear signals that black and red are both open. But Silverback kind of screws with the math a little bit there. That's a card that's certainly powerful enough that we can take a risk, I think. It's a card worth taking a risk for. This thing is unstoppable if it goes unanswered long enough. Well, there's a Thundering Giant, which is a good card, another Shadowcloak Vampire, and an Invasive Species. I think we'll just take the Vampire. Well, we just take Thundering Giant and stick with red. Yeah, actually that's better, because I have a Lightning Strike and a Generator Servant, and then I can just try and stick to one color and see how the signals pan out. Because that's a light Shadowcloak Vampire, but that's also a late Invasive Species too, so, you know. Huh. Interesting. So far, I don't mind where we're at. We've got 2-drop, cheap removal, Gargoyle Sentinel, Thundering Giant, and then we can either go black or go green. I still think my assessment of this set was correct. I think red is still the strongest color. Let's see where this takes us, folks. Charging Rhino is fine. A Cursed Spirit is better. There's also a Rune Claw Bear and a Lava Axe, but we're going to take the Spirit. There was an Illusory Angel as well, but we don't have any blue to support that. The Necrobite is fine, and that's what we'll take. Nice little combat trick, makes our cheap creatures fine. Alright, so we took the Silverback. We took a risk on Silverback rather than Shadowcloak Vampire. Looks like that didn't pan out. He's so pretty looking, though, isn't he? Look how angry he is. You're just sad that you can't be Curd Chieftain. Yeah, Curd Chieftain's really good. Curd Chieftain's insane. There's a Plummet, but we're taking the Crippling Blight. Pro tip, though, if we get like a Broodkeeper or something, we can actually Crippling Blight the Broodkeeper. There's a late Shaman of Springs, but I think our ship has sailed. We'll take the Crippling Blight. I'm not going to play more than 2 Crippling Blights, but I will take Unmake the Graves if we ever run into a match that requires a little bit of attrition, which is familiar as a fine 3-drop. Necromancer's Assistant is an amazing 3-drop, and Tireless Missionaries is garbage. So we're just going to be super aggressive, I think, with Curve Toppers being a Curse Spirit and Thundering Titan. Thundering Giant, like with a little bit of removal and these 2 Crippling Blights. Maybe I should have grabbed the 3rd Crippling Blight and just grabbed every single 2-drop I've seen. That'd be funny. Yeah, Unmake the Graves. I actually like Unmake the Graves. It's not restock, but it is pretty good. It's less mana intensive than restock is. Also, you can Convoke for it. So, I mean, you're not able to get any, like, instance or anything, but, you know, you grab some cool stuff. Alright, let's see what wonderful things this pack has to bring us. Well, this blows because there's a Geist of the Moors and a Triplicate Spirits, 2 of the best white cards in the set. I mean, Jesus, Triplicate Spirits is insane. But I think we're just going to be happy taking a 3-drop. Goblin Rough Rider is perfectly fine, and that's what we'll take. It's not exciting, but I'm not in a position... Well, maybe I am. Maybe I can go black-white. Oh, the ambitious part of me is just saying, do it. Kyle, do it. Jump into a new color in pack 2. No, I'm not. I'm taking Goblin Rough Rider. There's an upward limit to how janky I'm willing to go in drafts. I mean, I'm fine keeping my options open, and you should keep your options open, guys, when you're going to a draft of any sort. But at some point, you have to stop wafting, and you have to say, look, I'm committing to colors. These are my signals. Cross that Rubicon and do with it what you will. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this Stab Wound here. Nice removal. Again, we need more ways to reach out and touch people other than 2 Crippling Blights, a Lightning Strike, and an Ulcerate. Because the Crippling Blights are more or less an offensive spell, whereas Stab Wound can be used offensively and defensively, and that's what we'll take. Hopefully we'll wield the Necromancer's Assistant, a Bronze Sable, or a Lava Axe. I would be fine doing any of those. I doubt we'll wield Covenant, but it is what it is. Ooh, an Inferno Fist is really good, but not as good as Lightning Strike, which is the card that we're taking. Red looks fairly deep in this pack, so hopefully we'll get something good. I wouldn't be too sad if we got a Meteorite or a 2nd Thundering Giant. Well, I guess I could grab a 2nd Necrobite, although Avarice Amulet, is that even... No, Avarice Amulet, especially not in our deck when we're trying to be aggressive. I guess I could grab a Curve Topper in the form of Miner's Bane, but that just seems bad too. I guess we'll just grab Crowd's Favor. Nice cheap combat trick. Alright, now this is exactly what we wanted to see. There's no cheap black card in the pack, but there's a Borderland Marauder, which is a perfectly acceptable 2-drop, and that's what we'll take. I like Gravedigger, don't get me wrong. Gravedigger's a great card. Your board, Tomb of Yawgmoth, is also good and would prevent us from being mana screwed horribly, which is nice. But we're taking an Inferno Fist. And we'll take another Inferno Fist. Actually, do I want Inferno Fist or do I want... Yeah, I want Inferno Fist. Ooh, Grind Clock. Grind Clock's a nice win condition for us. You put this out on turn 2 and then you profit. That's actually like going to be the only way to win late game, I think, other than Unmake the Graves, a Cursed Spirit, and Thundering Giant. That's fine. Well, we've already got plenty of ways to reach out and touch people. 2 Inferno Fists, 2 Lightning Strikes, Ulcerate, 2 Crippling Blights, Stab Wound. I'm not too shook up about missing a Covenant of Blood there. We can start siding stuff out. I'm going to side out this Unmake the Graves right now. Looks like we need some creatures, though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. And I want to be playing somewhere comfortably close to 18. Not 18, 15 creatures, sorry. I was thinking 15 and then 8 spells. And then that just became... I got rid of the 5 and replaced it with the 8. 18 happened. These things happen. I do like our Generator Servant, though. I feel like this is one of the better commons in the set. I don't know how you guys feel about Generator Servant. I like him a lot. Because, I mean, you're already happy playing a 2-mana 2-1 anyway, and he just taps for more mana. Yeah. This deck looked kind of aggressive, actually. Now that I'm looking at it. If we top off, I have 1 5-drop. I guess could grab Blast Firebolt, but like I said, we need creatures, and Rummaging Goblin's a fine one. Regardless of what we like to do. As is Necromancer's Assistant, I don't mind playing a 3-mana 3-1. I could grab the Thundering Giant, however, I am just going to grab a nice 2-mana 2-1. I like having multiple avenues of attack. Especially when we've got our Inferno Fists and things of that ilk that we would like to attach ASAP to things. Yep. So far, so good, I think. We got 3 creatures back to back to back. They're decent creatures, too. And actually, if I'm main decking both of these Necromancer's Assistants, maybe I want to leave Unmake the Graves in my main board. I don't mind that at all, necessarily. I can just play 1 Crippling Blight and not be super aggressive. I can also take out this Crowd's Favor. I'm actually going to take care of Hunt the Weak. Then Satyr Wayfinder. Hot Soup is pretty bad, especially against our deck. And Tormod's Crypt. Alright. So far, deck is looking fine. Nice low curve. I like that. Our highest mana card is a 5-drop. So I think that's right where we want to be. Don't mind that at all. We've got some good stuff. I think now we can afford to take some slower cards, which is fine. I can always cut a Crowd Saver or a Necrobite to make room for other stuff and one of our Crippling Blights. So we've got at least 2 cuts if we get too many playables. And if we don't get any playables, then we're still going to be okay. So I would like to see something like strong. We need like a finisher of some sort. It'd be nice to see. None of these cards are finishers, although I do want Sign in Blood to wheel. I am going to take the Stab Wound. It's the best card in the pack. Genesis Hydra is fine, but not as good as Stab Wound. Alright, finishers. Finishers. Say it with me now, folks. Let's get a finisher. Yeah? Am I right? I'm definitely right. We need like a Shadow Cloak Vampire. Or a Hoarding Dragon. I'd be fine with a Hoarding Dragon. If we can get the red or the black soul, that'd be really nice. I doubt we will, but who knows? Maybe somebody's not in those colors. And I doubt they'd hate draft first pack 3, pick 1. There's got to be a lot of good stuff in there. Well, this isn't super great. I guess we could take a 3rd Stab Wound or a Heat Ray. I wouldn't mind either of those options. Oh, we'll just take the Stab Wound. There's also a Scudder, but Stab Wound is Stab Wound. I actually don't need this Flesh to Dust, though. I will take a Carrion Crow. I do need some more creatures. Master Predicaments was there, and that's a little worrisome, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do with that big fat butt? Alright. Folks at home, if you want to start doing a chant for me to get a good finishing card, that'd be great. Say it with me now. Finisher. Finisher. We can do it, folks. We can do it. I know we can. I believe. I believe that we will win. Come on, baby. Give me a finisher. Love me. Well, the Grind Clock is kind of a finisher, but... Alrighty then. I guess Goblin Rough Rider's fine. Siege Worm is good, but I'll take the competitive 3-drop. In which case, maybe I am running this Crippling Blight. I can play like 24, 16, in which case I take the Sentinel out and I just literally just attack every single turn. Or lose. Yeah, it seems to be the direction this deck is going. Which is fine. I don't mind playing balls to the walls aggro. It's not where I want to be ideally, and I wish I would have picked up that 3rd Crippling Blight. But it is what it is. We'll take a Carrion Crow here. We've already got plenty of ways to reach out and touch people, so Blastfire Bolt isn't totally desirable. Child of Night is fine, I guess. Am I committed to this whole I'm just attacking every turn plan? That seems kind of bad, doesn't it? Screw it. You know what? We're doing it. Let's go. Super aggro. This is Gate Crash now. That's right, folks. It's Gate Crash now. There is no mercy. All 2-drops, 3-drops, and removal spells. That's what's good. 2-drops, 3-drops, and combat tricks. Take the Necrobite. Yeah, this is going to be insane. This is going to be either really bad or really bad. I'm leaning towards bad. Despite how many cards we have that are good, I don't have so much confidence in the deck. Taking Sentinel out, because if we're playing 16 lands, Sentinel is not the card I want to play. I might actually take Thundering Giant out, too. I mean, we've got Flyers, we got Combat Tricks. Who knows? This could either be... This could be bad. This could be good. We saw no finishers, though, so I think this is going to have to be how we win the game. Right? Maybe I'll take Grind Clock out, too. Maybe it's too slow. Take Foundry Street Denizen. Nice little 1-drop. I'd like to see some Forge Devils. I'd like to see you raise the alarm against Forge Devils. Some burn stuff, man. Yeah. So far, this could be terrible or terrible. I'm not too confident in this. In case you can't tell, I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling the confidence here. Take Festergloom? No, Festergloom doesn't. I'll hate draft into the void. Is Rummaging Goblin too slow? I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures under 3. I'll take Divine Favor because that's actually pretty good against us. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. I'm probably just going to leave my Necrobites in. Play all my stuff. I generally hate this archetype because this is just when you run it. You run out of steam with this so quick. But, well, we didn't really get past any good finishers. I didn't see any Shadow Cloak Vampires. Didn't see anything of that nature. We'll take the Glacial Crasher. Take another 1-drop. That's fine. Who's the guy that plays red-white and everything? In every tournament. Oh, gosh. Patrick Sullivan? Is that his name? He's been playing red-white since, like, 8th edition core set. And he just always drafts this deck. Like, these decks where it's just, like, you grab as many cheap things as possible and win. I take the 6-drop. Hopefully you play a 9-drop. Yeah, I think we're just going to play 16 land. And then just go to work. All right, let's do it. 1624, baby. That's how you do it. I ain't messing with this. Think you can front? Think you can mess with me? Nobody messes with me, sucker. This is my best attempt at being ridiculous. Why is Carnivorous Moss Beast in here? Not playing green here, guys. Alright. 23, 29, 30. I have to cut 6 cards. That's 1. I can probably cut Rummaging Goblin because he doesn't really hit for too much. That's 2. That's 3. Cutting the 5-drop. A, because he's double red, and B, because... oh, I took both of my Necrobites out. That's not what I wanted. Although that does bring us to 18, 25, 26. We just have to cut 2 more. I'm actually going to cut the Grind Clock. That takes away from my stuff. And I'm going to cut both my Foundry Street Denizens. And what that's going to do is give me, hopefully, some breathing room to put my Necrobites back in. Although that leaves me with 12 creatures. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Oh, man. Alright, what we'll do is we'll take a Crowd's Favor out. We'll put both of my Foundry Street Denizens back in, which would give us 14, 21, and then 3, which is 24. I think I actually need one Necrobite, though, right? Don't I? No, I don't need one. I think we're okay. Yikes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Janks, though. We didn't get a chance to use it. I did an Innistrad draft, and the person we were playing against bailed. So, you know. Couldn't run a sweet werewolf deck. But we are going to do this. We're going to run 24 and 16 and just pray to God it works. We have the removal to do it, I think. We definitely have the removal to do it. I'm going to do... Let's refresh this bad boy. Imagine if this had 11 symbols in it, I guess. We'll do 9-8. It's going to be 8-8 anyway, so it's going to be 8 swamp, 8 mountain. And then we've got 2 necrobites in the sideboard and a crowd's favor. With 1 grind clock, 1 rummaging goblin, and Fester Gloom. Right, I drafted a Fester Gloom, didn't I? Maybe I didn't draft a Fester Gloom. Oh well. Seems fine. And we'll add 1 mountain and 1, our Unmake the Graves. We can't forget our Unmake the Graves. And then we got 1 mountain, of course, in case we need to fix our mana base, and 1 swamp. I think this is going to be just fine. Well, folks, generally I don't like playing this super aggro type plan, but you know what? Sometimes you get past that kind of stuff, and sometimes that's just going to be how you have to win the game. So I'm pretty excited for it. And I am so excited that I will see all you fine folks in round 1.